Muses, it's Carrie Keberly, your resident mythology nut. Welcome to Fated and Cursed. This is part 1. No, it's not part 1. This is part 2 of the Eros and Psyche episode. Ready and go! So Psyche is alone. Eros has left. She's devastated, wandering around the palace, brokenhearted, forlorn, and wasting away. It dawns on her, though, that there may be one person that she can go to help her reunite with her one true love. Yeah, it's his mom, Aphrodite. I had to turn on the light because the lighting was different. The sun was coming through. And that's not really better. Yeah. Pretend that this is like just some ethereal glow I've got going on. Psyche's like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if she hates me because I love Eros and I want to get him back. So she rolls up to one of Aphrodite's temples and the goddess does appear because she's like,
how are you still alive?
And Psyche tells her, I'm alive because of your son, because he loves me and I love him. And P.S., can you help me reunite with him? Like, can you get a message to him? Because, he left. Aphrodite's like,
sure, I can help you reunite with my son, but I'm gonna need you to do a few things for me first.
And Psyche agrees because she's like, yes, I will do anything. Aphrodite's like,
great. You see that big pile of grain over there? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to separate that.
Psyche looks at it and it's literally like a mountain. And she's like, okay, anything. I said I'd do anything. How long do I have?
Till tomorrow morning, or all bets are off.
So Psyche gets to work. And she is working through the night. She is just picking out the grains. There's rice, there's barley, there's like some other grain in there. Her fingers are sore, she's got a headache, and you know, it's getting close to dawn and she's just like panicked. I can't do this. This is an impossible task. There was one goddess though up on Olympus looking down at all of this going, dang, Aphrodite, you are savage. Like, this poor girl loves your son and you're doing this to her? And that goddess was Demeter, the goddess of the grain harvest. So Demeter sent some friends to help Psyche. And, you know, while Psyche's crying, she looks over and she notices that there are a bunch of ants picking up the grains of rice and separating them into piles. I mean, there is a whole army of ants. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of ants finishing up the work. And in no time, the grain is separated. So just as the sun is rising, in walks Aphrodite, and she's all like,
did you get that grain separate? How did you get that grain separated?
And Psyche replies, well, you never said I couldn't have help. Of course, Aphrodite is she's lost this round, but she's not gonna let Psyche get off so easy. So she tells Psyche,
great job. I'm gonna need you to go and get me a hank of some golden fleece.
Psyche's like, fine, give me 24 hours. So she sets off to go find the golden fleece, which is protected by a fearsome bull. I forgot his name. He was a ram. Chrysomelis was a ram. Okay. Fleece, ram. Oh, okay. Anyhoodle, she finds this ram. He's on an island because he is super dangerous. I think he's Poseidon's son, and he's just cantankerous. I mean, he tries to unalive everything in sight. And Psyche's like, how am I gonna do this? So she sits down on the bank and she's got reeds surrounding her. She's kind of hiding, you know, so Chrysomelis doesn't see her. And she's, you know, she's thinking about her plan. And she's sitting there and, you know, the wind is blowing and the reeds start swaying. And then, you know, there's like this beautiful, gentle sound and it's helping her calm down and think. And then she hears snoring. She looks through the reeds and she sees that Chrysomelis is knocked out. Dude is sleeping because Zephyr, Zephyr saw what was going on, and he's the west wind who spirited her away. I mean, he's like BFFs with Eros, you know, and he's watching, and he felt sorry for her, and so he was like, let me just, you know, blow a little lullaby. And so she takes this opportunity and she wades, she swims through the water, and she like creeps up on Crystal Malice while he's snoring away, and she plucks some golden fleece, and then she hightails it out of there. She goes straight to Aphrodite and she's like, the golden fleece you asked for, ma'am. And Aphrodite says,
Wow, you're resourceful.
he's like, mm-hmm. So can you get Eros a message for me? And Aphrodite's like,
Yeah, sure. Right after you get me some water from the river Styx. Okay?
by this point, Psyche's getting feisty. And so she's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll get you water from the river Styx. You point me in the way of the river Styx. I'll get you your water, okay? So Psyche takes the jar that Aphrodite hands her. And Aphrodite's like,
Sure. You see that gigantic black mountain over there? It's from the waterfall up at the top. That's where I want the water.
so Psyche takes her jar and she starts climbing up this mountain. It is taking her pretty much forever. Her clothes are getting ripped, hands are bleeding, her knees are bleeding, her toes are bleeding from digging into the jagged rock. And she looks down and she's like, oh my God, I'm stuck in place. I'm only the third of the way there, right? And so once again, she just feels so defeated. And then she hears the piercing cry of an eagle, a golden eagle. It's none other than the king of the gods himself, Zeus, coming to help Psyche collect this water. Swoops over, he grabs the jar from Psyche's hand in a talon, and he just flies up to the top of the mountain to this waterfall, and he holds it under the waterfall, and then he flies down and he sets it right in front of Psyche. Aphrodite is beside herself. She's like,
Son of a bitch.
it's Zeus. He's helping Psyche now. So Aphrodite is like, okay. She's got to get a little more crafty here. And so she tells Psyche,
You've won, but here's the thing. I'm feeling like I need to be refreshed. Do this one last thing for me. I swear, I promise this one last thing. Just take this jar of water to Persephone, the queen of the underworld, and ask her to make a beauty elixir for me, because I'm feeling not myself. Can you do that for me? And I promise.
this is where I'm going to end part 2. Join me for part 3 and find out if Psyche makes it out of the underworld alive. Bye, muses. Thanks for watching.